This is the point that I'm trying to make here. You've got to see the worms. As you can see, these are very, very happy earthworms. In here we have a mixture of bugweed, vegetable scraps, dry grass cuttings, shredded paper and cardboard. They're very, very happy in this environment. What's brilliant about these geysers is that they're insulated. So if it's excessively hot or excessively cold, they're protected from underneath. And what we do is we cover it up with thick bidum or carpet. As you can see, they love being in paper. But these are very, very happy earthworms. This system produces up to 15 litres of liquid fertilizer a week, obviously depending on things called variables. Variables are things that I cannot control, you cannot control. Humidity, weather and temperatures. So obviously the more insulated they are, the more of a regular temperature they live in, the happier they are, the better they work for you. If you have a look at the top over here, you can now see this pipe. It's got a hole in the it's got holes in the side here, running right the way through to the bottom of the geyser. And this is what I do every week, 3 times a week. I mix and turn everything over so that it is friable, so that the worms can move through. As I showed you earlier, the food has paper in it, so that if there is excessive liquid released from the vegetable scraps, it's automatically absorbed into the paper. If you have a excessively wet system, whether it's a domestic system or a agricultural system, the secret to having happy worms is keeping everything in balance. And by doing that, you have to put in carbon, which is shredded paper, cardboard and dry grass cuttings. When I say dry grass cuttings, I'm talking about bleached grass cuttings. Now, I'd like to show you a capsule. There's a capsule, if you can see it near my finger. This little tomato pip looking okay. If your worms live in a regulated temperature and things are working optimally, they're getting good food, one capsule should produce anything between 4 and 20 babies. So know that if you start off with 2,000 worms in 6 to 8 weeks, because obviously when you get your worms, you're going to have capsules with the compost. I can't tell you exactly where the cycle is with this specific system, but in 6 to 8 weeks the capsule then hatches. Okay, the capsule then hatches and you have anything between 4 and 20 babies. 6 to 8 weeks they mature, they mate with other earthworms. The process starts again. In 6 to 8 weeks they lay eggs. So, for example, if you start with 2,000 worms, in 6 to 8 weeks you're going to have 4,000 worms. In 6 to 8 weeks you're going to have 6,000 worms. So as the cycle continues. So I recommend to my customers to start with at least 2,000 worms to start with. Otherwise they are not going to get the results that they require. Depending on where you live and how you actually get your earthworms, if they're shipped to you, give them at least a month to settle into their new home, and within a month or so, and depending on variables again, you should start having liquid within a month. But as you can see, these are very, very happy earthworms. As you can see, there's lots of different food here. There's bugweed, there's butternut, there's avocado pear. And please, when you're mixing your system, know that you must do this on a regular basis. Don't just leave it to sit and keep on piling on food. You must mix the compost. Now, if you're an eker is somebody who doesn't like touching earthworms, please get yourself some gloves and do this on a regular basis. Because if you don't, the compost becomes compacted and it's very, very hard for the worms to move through it. The other thing that I need to just raise is the fact that if you're not getting wee, obviously, sorry, let me rephrase that. If you are not getting liquid fertilizer, please do not take a watering can and pour it over your system. You then mess up the ecosystem in the system that you have. The way you regulate the dryness and wetness of your system is by either putting in wet cardboard, wet shredded paper, and wet grass cuttings. When I say wet grass cuttings, I'm not talking about green grass cuttings, I'm talking about bleach grass cuttings. You soak them in water and then you mix that into the compost in your system. Should your system be excessively wet, you then put in dry shredded cardboard, dry shredded paper and dry bleached grass cuttings to absorb the excess liquid. Please do not use tools to mix it with. Please use your hands.